I'm Austin, and welcome to day 13 of the ROW-20 program. We're gonna dial things back a bit today. After day 12's intense 3-minute rowing efforts, today it's gonna be more of an aerobic focus, but we're also gonna add in a little bit of a strength focus. When it comes to rowing strength, we're talking about low stroke rates. And so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna break up our 20 minutes into 1 minute rowing at 20 strokes per minute, into 1 minute rowing at 16 strokes per minute, and alternating those back and forth. Minute at 20, minute at 16, minute at 20, minute at 16. And the goal is to match our pace per 500 or our watts, whatever metric we're using for our intensity tracking, to match the intensity at both stroke rates. So what's gonna happen when we go from 20 to 16? Well, it's 4 less strokes per minute. Same long and strong form, but because it's less strokes, we're gonna have to drive more effort into the strokes in order to keep our boat moving at the same speed. That's the pace per 500, or keep the same overall power, the watts, the same. So having that shift in intensity, that shift in our ratio as far as how fast we come back up, the controlled speed up and the drive back. Balancing those two things as we balance between 20 and 16. That's what's going down today. Should be a fun way to get in some meters, get in some distance, burn some calories, have some fun, and get better at rowing. So that's what's going down. So with that being said, it's time to strap in and let's just row. All right, you know the drill. Let's go ahead and scooch our boot, untuck the lower back, and we'll go ahead and sit ready here, gripping our handle nice and wide, thumbs underneath, and we'll start things off here with 1 minute at 20 strokes per minute. 3, 2, 1. Let's drive it, swing it, pull it. Well, let's just get ourselves right into our rhythm at 20. So we're not looking for anything crazy with our intensity. So 20 strokes per minute, steady. You want to think about an intensity that you could hold for maybe 30 to 40 minutes if you had to. Nothing wild. Very familiar type of effort that we've done with a lot of our other aerobic recovery focused days. So we're just here for a minute though. It's not a ton of time. Already halfway through this first minute before we move into 16 strokes per minute, where we'll slow down our returns and add more intensity to the drive back. So just take a quick peek here at where your watts are sitting, where your pace per 500 is sitting, whatever metric you like to use to track your intensity. And let's see how close we can keep it here. How close we can keep it. 16 on this one. Slow, drive hard. Slow, drive hard. Nice. Okay, so we're adding more intense effort. And we're being even more patient on our return back up, maximizing the time we have to have good form on our return. Here we go. That's the slow and steady rhythm. If you're not with me, you just need to slow down on your return more and meet me at the front. Meet me and jump. Slow down, meet me, and jump. Nice, and we're gonna get ready to jump back up to 20 strokes per minute. We'll go on this one, jumping to 20. Now less drive, faster return. Less drive, faster return. There we go. So this is the rhythm. This is what we're looking for. And you're going right back, well, it should have changed, right back into our same watts, our same pace per 500. So if right now at 20, you're now going faster than you were at 16, that's not doing things correctly. So our 20 strokes per minute efforts are going to feel easier. They should feel easier. Because once again, we're trying to learn the difference in our ratio. Our ratio is how hard you drive back and how fast you come up. The ratio is lighter at 20 because it's more strokes and faster returns up. 16 on this one with me. Now we slow our ratio down. We drive harder, come up slower. Drive harder, come up slower. It's the same watts, same pace per 500, but our ratio is different, so we can see how different stroke rates influence how the same watts or the same pace per 500 can feel different depending on your stroke rate. Great time to work on good form though. Let's really focus here on tapping those arms down out of the return, then lifting them as you pass the knees. Arms down, then up, 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 up. Steady. Arms down, then up, 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 up. Subtly though, doesn't need to be drastic. Don't be drastic with it. Rowing is smooth. Let's go 20 on this one. Back to 20. So ratio is changing. Ratio is changing here. We've got softer drives back, faster returns up. Softer drives back, faster returns. We talked a little bit about this in day 11. We were talking about our overall rowing intensity being a product of stroke rate, stroke length, and stroke force. In day 11, we were manipulating stroke length, but keeping the same strokes per minute. Today, we're keeping the same stroke length, but we're manipulating strokes per minute. Did I say that same thing twice? Point is, we're doing the opposite today, right? Same length of stroke, but different stroke rates, meaning we have to also adjust our stroke force. Let's go 16 on this one. 16. Yeah, it's already a quarter of the way through the workout. Freaking cool, man. All right. Hopefully now we're feeling more comfortable with our 16 strokes per minute as far as the rhythm goes, and we're feeling that force adjustment. I want you to look at your pace or your watts. Are you still on track? Sometimes our minds can wander when we row. It's okay, mine does too sometimes. That's why I always try to help us dial it back. Oh yeah, we gotta focus on this. Okay, let's go to 20, let's go. Less force, more strokes. Drive and swing. Less force, more strokes. Nice little zen, quiet minute at 20 strokes per minute. Did you like it? Or do you like when I talk your ear off? Let's go 16 on this one. 16. Harder, slower. Check your handle tap. Remember, tapping down, lifting up, lifting up. Subtly, down subtly, up subtly. No flipping the handle at the very end. Don't flip it up. Remember, this, we don't want to go flip. We want good habits at low rates and high rates, which means after you pass the knees, it's a steady lift up, like a slight diagonal angle upwards to get you in position. Angle, 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 swing it. Yeah. Hopefully you're feeling nice and efficient with your strokes. Something about 16 for me just makes rowing feel so good. Let's go 20 on this one. And if you find that like 16 is too slow, or you feel like, I don't really like the low rates, I would argue that you will more over time as you continue to evolve your rowing. You start to realize that when you really start to perfect the technical aspects of rowing, all the really fine details, you start to really enjoy low stroke rates because it gives you all the time in the world to focus on those fine details as you search for the perfect stroke, which never can really happen for the perfect stroke. It's like an asymptote on a graph. Remember that from math class? Where a line is essentially approaching the limit, but it never quite gets, the slope never quite goes to zero. I don't know why I just thought of that, but you never quite find the perfect stroke. Nice, 20 on this one. Oopsies, I got a little fast there. I got a little speedy. You know what? I might have been so speedy. We are supposed to blah, blah, blah. I'm tripping over my words. We might need to be at 16 strokes per minute here, and I might have messed up. If I did, well, we just get bonus time at 20. And that's gonna have to be okay, because I'm not gonna switch at mid-interval here. So we'll go to 16 on the next minute though. Be ready for it. Just got so excited talking about math, talking about asymptotes. What kind of word is that? All right, 16 on this one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were supposed to be 16 last interval now that I think about it. What can you do? Imagine being, speaking of being perfect, right? Exactly, that's a perfect example. Not only is it impossible to have a perfect rowing stroke, sometimes even Coach Austin isn't perfect. I would say pretty much all the time. But I'll tell you what I am doing, and that I know that you're doing too. You're doing your best. I'm doing my best, you're doing your best. So let's just keep doing that and realize that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not be perfect. But as long as we're trying, we're on the right path. So I've been talking your ear off. We're over halfway through the workout. How are you feeling? Let's go 20 right here, 20 strokes per minute. How are you feeling about it right now? About the row? Are you sweating a little bit? Are you breathing a little bit? Do you feel like you're exerting some effort but not going too hard? We're trying to find that sweet spot. This is not supposed to be a physically demanding, exhausting day, but that doesn't mean we're not working out. It's a fine balance to strike, to be able to, feel like you're working out, but not go crazy hard, crazy intense. So, if you feel like you've got a lot to give and you're really not quite feeling it today, or like you're not feeling like you're working hard, hey, just add a little more to these intervals. Push a little harder here, get your watts up or your pace faster, and then see if you can hold that when we go back to 16. And of course, other way around too, dial things back if you're not feeling too good. Just do what you gotta do. You're here, so try. Let's go, 16. Slow and hard. Especially at low rates when the stroke can feel the heaviest possible and the most connected. The start of your stroke is not a pull of the handle. It is a push of the legs and then a swing. Push of the legs and then a pull. Leg push, then pull. But as you push your legs, don't just let your seat slide back. You do have to take the handle with you. So pull your shoulders away from your ears to engage your back. Every inch the seat moves, the handle moves as you leg push. And as your legs go straight, then we pull. Then we swing. Nice. All right, 20 again on this one. Back to 20, we're in it. Good, being very diligent here with our numbers. How close can you match your numbers to a T as far as our intensity goes? Between 16 and 20. If you were to graph it out on a graph, how close would your interval intensities be? Keep your length, keep your body leaning. Lots of motion, lots of height, even when you're short. 16 on this one, slow your return, load it, drive hard. Slow your return, load it, drive hard. Nice. Grinding away. Check your handle here at the front end. Is it up and lifted? Is it where it needs to be so you can connect every sweet inch of the leg drive? Hands have to be up vertically to do so. 20 right here. So check that here for this round at 20 too. 20 as well. Hands are lifted up. You have to feed the handle into the mechanism at the front of the rower. It needs to be in line. And you have to remember that rowing handles pull out of the machines. They pull out of rowing machines at a slight upwards angle. You do not pull straight out. So you are aiming below your chest. Knowing that the handle's coming out at an angle, our hands are lifted at the front nice and high. In line with that angle, that is how you connect the drive, the swing, and the pull. We're way into our final quarter. We're almost done. A couple more intervals of both. Let's go. On this one, 16, 16. Slow your roll, but increase your drive. Slow, more force. Slow, louder machine, louder and slower. You're on, you're off. You're on, you're off. You're a light switch. You're a light switch in rowing. That's good, efficient rowing. Don't be a newbie and think just because you drive back hard means you have to come up fast. Separate it, boom. Oof. Final precious minutes. Let's go 20 on this one. 20 strokes per minute. So with 3 minutes to go, this is gonna be our last interval at 20 because we had that little hiccup towards the middle of the workout. We're gonna spend our last 2 minutes at 16 strokes per minute to make up for it. So enjoy this while you can. Let's get a final lock in here of watts. A final lock-in of pace per 500. And we're gonna hold it tight for the last 2 minutes, all the way through at 16 strokes per minute. And then we'll be done. So find some strength in your stroke when we transition. Find some confidence in yourself. And be intentional here. Look at your pace, look where things are, and now let's lay down the fort. Hold down the fort, last 2 minutes, 16. Slow it, drive it. Match the pace. Match the pace with your strong, efficient force and your slow and steady return. Efficient force, Steady return. Nice, and if you want to go for extra here, even more, you can if you want to really feel the strength of your stroke. That's really on you to make that call. It is more of an aerobic recovery day, but if you're feeling good and you want to just have some fun for the last minute and a half here, add a little juice to your stroke if you want, but keep the rate the same. Keep the rate. Because a beginner going after it on the rower is just going up and down fast, up and down fast, up and down fast. But for elite rowing athletes that we're becoming, having fun while going hard in a workout like this is being able to just drive back as hard and rip it as hard as you want, but then discipline the return. Yeah. Nice, less than 30 seconds to go. This is the big finish. Let the sweat flow. Find the strength in your stroke. And seal the deal for the last few seconds. Just walk away today feeling confident in your rowing ability, efficient in your rowing stroke, long and strong. Good, and that's time. Take it easy. Hope you had fun. Did you have fun with it? I hope so. It's a nice way to switch up just rowing 20 and 20, you know what I mean? Just like instead of just keeping the same thing over and over again, to have these little switches. Keeps us more engaged, boosts the rowing IQ. I know you've heard me say that a million times, but I hope you feel like you're just becoming more confident, more in tune with your rower, leveling up. Hope you're proud of the work today. This is gonna set you up for success for tomorrow and for the rest of the program, so I hope you're stoked for that. So take some time to reflect on how today went and how you're feeling, and show up to the next workout with a big smile on your face. And as always, I will see you in the next workout.